Now, Maman drew a small, wrapped bundle from beneath her cloak. I felt my excitement growing. I hoped it was a book. I've read the collection in the castle 100 times. The Fairy Queen, Piers Plowman, and the Canterbury Tales in English, and Gargantua, Pantagruel, and Daphnis and Chloe in French. Her present might be some just-published tale of adventure. I was deeply disappointed when I saw it was the wrong shape for a book. Maman peeled back the layers of fabric, a rich brocade on the outside, but beneath that, wrath-oiled cloth. Soot! I gasped at what she revealed. A slim dagger, no thicker than my thumb at its widest point, winked in the sun. She drew it from its scabbard, and I looked in amazement. Double-edged, it tapered to a cruel point. The unadorned hilt flared slightly. If a book gently offered me a phantom of adventure, this weapon seemed to thrust endless possibilities upon me, whether I willed it or no. I was no stranger to knives. Like most people in the North Country, be they man, woman, or child, I carried a blade that I used for everything, from paring my nails to spearing my meat at the dinner table. Maman had introduced the continental habit of forks, but as I've said, Yorkshire customs are a long time dying. The ladies' maids and hangers-on of our small household stabbed at their food as if it might run away. I also had a smaller single-edged knife with a blunt tip that I used for cutting herbs. They were tools used for benign ends. This knife my mother held so caressingly in her lap was something else entirely. The moment I saw it, I knew it had one purpose only: to kill. I felt repulsed by that blade. And yet, my finger reached out to touch the deadly edge. My mother shifted to keep it from my reach. Do not touch the blade, except to clean it. Its sharpness is for other flesh than yours. I had never heard her speak in this tone before. My skin prickled, and I reached for the hilt instead. Something in me thrilled when I touched it. I held the dagger up before my face. My own reflection, thin and distorted, gazed back at me in the highly polished steel. I've taught you about the insides of man, Maman said. Though we were alone with miles of moors between us and the nearest humanity, she spoke in a very low voice, as if she didn't want so much as the dirt beneath us to hear her words. To me they were sharp and clear, burned on my memory. You know where the heart lies, and the kidneys. You know where the body's rivers bring blood near the surface. Lightly, she touched parts of her own body, her throat, the hollow of her thigh, the soft curve of her stomach near her navel. I nodded. Pigs were butchered for the castle weekly, and Maman had taken me to see when they were cut open. Their parts, she'd explained, are very like a man's, and whenever she was called upon to physic one of the servants or villagers, I helped her. She might stitch a wound, slice a vein to purge ill humours, or cup their backs with hot glass. As she worked, she taught. I knew just where the heart nestled warm and snug beneath the ribs, where the thrum of blood pulsed under the skin. This blade will reach them all, mon cœur, she said, her eyes strangely vivid. It will slip past bones and slice through meat. It is a fine and subtle instrument. But why do I need a knife such as this? I asked, knowing all the while that I could never abandon it now. Already it seemed like an extension of my body. Without it, I would be bereft. I thought you said that knowledge is the only weapon I'll ever need. This blade is another form of knowledge, she told me. When you know you hold the potential of life and death, and other people don't, it gives you power. The best kind of knowledge is secret. We rode home shortly after that, galloping without speaking. I could feel the chill of the scabbard against my belly, where I had concealed it beneath my skirts. Maman couldn't have known what was coming. There had been no message, and he wasn't expected. Still, I cannot quite think it was a coincidence that she gave me the dagger that day. Maman had a way of knowing things. When we rode our lathered horses into the courtyard, the steward informed us that my father was home from court. Merde, my mother said under her breath.